Hey everybody, today we're going to be playing with push-ups. And no, I don't mean the frozen treat, I mean the exercise. And when I say play, I mean play with it, have fun with it. Don't think of push-ups as something too difficult or intimidating that you think you can't do. You can do push-ups. You may be asking why? Why do push-ups? Push-ups help build upper body strength. They're a great way to work shoulders, arms, upper back, your chest. Push-ups are a super good way to help you get up off the ground. Maybe you're outside playing a game with a friend, maybe a game of tag, and you trip and fall. You want to be able to push yourself up off the ground quickly. Push-ups will also help you do burpees better. Burpees are another fun exercise, but we'll get into that later on during the school year. Okay? Now don't be intimidated by doing push-ups, thinking that you can't do them. There are ways to modify push-ups to help you do better. Okay, please don't do them on your knees. That's not a great modification. It takes the core out of the equation, because your core and your lower back are also being worked when you do a push-up, helping you maintain that straight line from your shoulders all the way down to your heels. So if you need assistance, you can use something like a bench. The front of a bench, you can use the back of a bench, you can even use just a curb to raise your hands just a little bit, as long as you keep that straight line from your shoulders all the way down to your heels. That's where the core, your abdominal muscles, and your lower back are working. They're helping keep that straight line. Okay, here's how to do the correct form for a push-up. You want to have your hands down in front of you, fingers are spread out, pointing forward. Your hands are directly under your shoulders. Your legs are straight behind you, toes down, slightly curled under. It's a straight line from your shoulders all the way down to your heels. The only parts of your body that are touching the ground are your hands and your toes. Make sure you're using those abdominal muscles, your core, to maintain that straight line. So maintain that straight line. Use your core to keep your body straight. Don't have a banana back where your body is slightly arched. Okay, and I also don't want to see your bottom pointing up towards the sky, looking like a mountain. Okay, use that core to maintain that straight line. Okay, if you need assistance, you can use something like a bench, a raised surface. You can start with the back of a bench if you need a lot of assistance. And it's just easy. You just lower your chest to the back of the bench, make sure your elbows point back, and push yourself back up. Try this a couple of times.
Great.
As you progress, move your hands down even lower, closer to the ground, maybe to the lower part of a bench or a chair. And same thing, fingers are forward, straight line from your shoulders all the way down to your heels. Hands and toes are the only thing touching the ground. Elbows point back as you lower yourself, and then push yourself back up. And then the final modification, even closer to doing an actual push-up, is just having your hands just raised slightly, maybe on a curb or a couple of books. Fingers are forward, straight line from your shoulders to your heels. Lower yourself down so your elbows point back, and push yourself up. Make sure you're keeping that straight line. Keep your body nice and straight. Okay, here are some more progressions to doing a push-up. You can start with something simple like a plank hold. Make sure you've got that straight line and see how long you can hold this position. Start with just a few seconds and progress your way up to maybe even a minute. Do this a couple of times a day and just work your way up. Next step would be doing a plank hold on your hands. Get your arms straight. Very basic push-up position, and just see how long you can hold that. Okay, again, if you need a little bit of assistance, you can always lower your body down, and then what we call the worm up, chest, hips, legs. Entire body down at the same time, chest, hips, legs. All right, here we go, ready for regular push-ups. Fingers are forward, hands are shoulder width apart. You've got that nice straight line. Lower yourself down, your entire body goes down at the same time. Elbows point back. Keeping that straight line, no banana back, no mountain back. Here's a slightly more advanced version of push-ups. Put your hands wider than shoulder width apart and lower your body down and back up. Another way is to have your hands at shoulder width, but farther back beyond your shoulders, closer to your rib cage, elbows pointing back. You can also challenge yourself by adding a shoulder touch in between each push-up. You really got to balance on this one when you let go with one hand. Try the kick through, bringing one knee at a time to the opposite elbow. Try not to rotate your torso too much. If you're feeling comfortable with push-ups and want to really challenge yourself, try diamond push-ups. Put your hands together in front of you just under your face in the shape of a diamond and lower to that diamond. Spider-Man push-ups are where you bring one foot up to the same side close to your hand, mimicking the way Spider-Man would look crawling up a wall. And finally, we have decline push-ups. This is where you raise your feet up off the ground and still perform a push-up using correct form. Straight body, elbows back, fingers forward. We hope you had fun with our Play with Push-Ups video. Please play with push-ups, see what you can do, challenge yourselves, but most of all, have fun and do your best.